So welcome to the Impact of Project Audits and Organizational Effectiveness. I am Michael Stanleigh, CEO of Business Improvement Architects, and we help organizations improve their operational performance. One of our core practice areas is project management. So I would like all of you to put your hands in the air and put them down and hold on to the sides of your seat because we're going to start moving fast. Sometimes the project is critical, and you may have been asked by the CEO or president, you may have been asked by some of the shareholders or stockholders or someone else to have gone in to do that audit because it is really in crisis. What you're wanting to do regardless is ask them, how will they define success? Questions that would lead you to that answer. Ask them, why do they want this audit at this particular time? Is it because they need a go, no-go decision? Is it because it is negatively impacting the bottom line of the organization or some other criteria, but we need to find that out? How will they measure success? At the end of your report, you deliver it. How will they come back to you and say, that's great, it's what I was looking for, or not? Ask them what their concerns about the project are, if anything has not come out in response to the other two questions. And ask them what reporting requirements are expected. Do they need a weekly update from you, or just at the very end the final report and recommendations? And the weekly update might just be, how it's going, who you saw, what your findings to that point in time, and so on are. It's very disappointing how often people are thrown at a project, but we don't actually provide them with any training on how to manage a project. The excuse being, well, they're engineers, shouldn't they know? Well, I'm sorry. I have to say that 50% of the projects we audit, they have engineers on them, whether it's construction or industrial or something else. And they studied engineering in school, but that doesn't actually mean that they know truly how to manage a project. So don't be surprised that just because they may have that as a background, managing a project isn't the same. It's not technical. It is much more an issue of process. Dr. Harold Kersner, an expert in the field of project management, he said it's what you don't know that hurts you. It's the absence of detail in a project that always comes back to haunt us. He also said that the same work under the same conditions will be estimated by 10 different estimators or by one estimator at 10 different times. What he meant by that? You're going to try to figure out how did they make a determination on the amount of time for every single task. Did they make it based on experience, historical information? I mean, the best approach should be, well, this is on previous projects what we plan to do. These are our actuals. There was a difference. So the estimation of duration on this project was made based on previous experiences. Or did they say, let's say you're a project manager and I'm on your team. So on this project you say, all right, Michael, how much time do you need to do this one task? I don't know, half a day. Well, 3 weeks from now, you bring me in another project, similar task, and you say, all right, Michael, so how much time do you need to do this task? Are you kidding? I am so stressed out. I got so much stuff to do. Oh, it's got to be at least 2 days. So why the difference? Because I just based it on how I'm feeling at the moment, not based on knowledge. Quick little story. So the CEO called the new project manager into his office. Now the project manager knew why. You see, this was her very first project, and she made a mistake that cost the company $250,000. Now, knowing she would be fired, she resolved to go out with dignity. To her surprise, the CEO began explaining the process that led to the mistake and discussing the ways it could be avoided in the future. So finally, the suspense built to the point that the project manager blurted out and said, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to work through this mistake I made, but I know you're going to fire me, so I'd appreciate it if we could just get it over with. Well, the CEO was shocked. Fire you? Why on earth would I want to fire you right after I spent $250,000 on your education? The opportunity for all of you in getting in and auditing projects and presenting to those organizations the opportunities to positively impact the bottom line, because projects cost millions in wasted spending, and we can turn that around is paramount.